Okay guys, so this is another video, as you can tell, about Michael. I know you guys are probably sick of it already, but Bridgette actually came forward and spoke up about what happened, so I wanted to kind of make a video about that and talk about it a little bit. Just give my opinion. This was on Local Alert. Now apparently there was two channels for Local. The Local Live and then Local Alert. I'll pop the name up here, Local Alert. And a couple days, well, like probably 11 days ago, the 13th, they posted a video where a team called Bridgette up and kind of asked her side. And oh shit, I need my notebook, stuff written down, so I don't forget anything. Well, so basically, what Bridgette claims that they were both drunk, that she went through Michael's phone and saw other women in there, like he was talking to other women. So she said that she would cheat on him, but she actually would. You know, this is what she was saying on the phone call. And she said that she was going to cheat on him, but she's not, obviously. And then he started destroying stuff, and I guess that's when it escalated. But also, I guess people have to remember, I don't know why I said I guess, people have to remember, Michael and Bridgette has an open marriage. I said it before, and stuff, so like, they have an open marriage, so like, I don't know. But that's what Bridgette said, and she claims that Michael never hit her, which we know that's true, and we're going to get in a second. I mean, what is wrong with Keem and Boogie that they can't realize? That's typical victim behavior. You know, in abusive situations, the victim will lie to protect her abuser, because, you know, they still love their abuser, and like a lot of times the abuser most likely threatens them to keep quiet. You know, that's what happens in these types of situations. And like, we know that Michael groomed her, because again, like I said before, they started dating, she was 15, he was 21. And again, it just really pisses me off. No one on either side stepped in. No one in Bridgette's family stepped in to help. No one in Michael's family stepped in to help. And I know people say, well, why would Michael's family step in to help? I mean, because why would they be okay with their family member dating a 15-year-old when they're 21? Like, why would anyone be okay with that? Like, it just seems weird to me. Like, an older family, you know, Michael's siblings, his parents, like, no one stepped in and say, like, this is wrong. But I get people like, oh, well, Michael's their family. Okay, so this family don't mean nothing. Like, if you see someone doing something wrong, especially like something illegal, family or not, you say something. You don't let it go on. I don't understand that mentality. Like, just because of family don't mean shit. Okay, you don't let your family commit crimes and get away with it. Like, it doesn't matter. You want to protect your family, you know? I don't know, it's just disgusting, especially now that like Kim and Jenny have kids. Hell, even Charlie I know has a daughter. Like, how can they have kids of their own and like see Michael doing this and be okay with it? You know what I mean? Because I know, well, obviously when I first started dating, you know, Kim didn't have her kids at the time, but I'm pretty sure JC was born at the time, at least a baby, by the time, you know, Bridgette and Michael got together, because you figure he's in his 20s. Actually, might even be a little bit older than we think about it, because JC is probably like, what, 21, 22 now? Then Bridgette's only, what, 32, so you figure they've been together for about, not even 20 years, you know what I mean? Michael and Bridgette, like 15, and then I think Bridgette's gonna be 22, or 32 this August. 17 years they've been together now for about. So definitely JC was at least probably around 6-ish, 6 to 7 when they got together. So like, how can Jenny have a kid and like look at that situation and think that's okay? Because what if someone did that to her kid, you know? What if a 21-year-old woman went after JC when he was 15? You know what I mean? I mean, you don't have to have kids to know that's wrong. That's not my point, but I'm just saying, especially having kids. Like, what if, you know, what if, I said this too, what if when me as 15, a 21-year-old boy comes after her, how would Michael feel about that? Because I highly doubt he'd be okay with it. You know what I mean? I highly doubt Bridgette would be okay with that. Like, it's just so sad, because people like Bridgette in these types of situations, they don't understand it's wrong, because they have been manipulated and groomed by the abuser to think it's okay. You know what I mean? And like, in Bridgette too, if we think about it too, like, it's not that easy for her to leave, because think about it, what is she gonna have if she leaves? She really has nothing to her name, unfortunately. Like, the channel and all that money, that's all Michael's, if you think about it. Yeah, they share it, but if she leaves, but if Michael and Bridgette, you know, divorce, she gets nothing. I mean, she can probably get alimony and obviously child support through the courts, but still, that's not going to be necessarily enough to live on with 2 kids. She's not going to be able to keep that house, you know what I mean? She's going to have to probably move to a trailer, you know, with her mom, you know, like trailer park with her mom. I'm not laughing. I know I kind of seem like I laugh, but There's nothing wrong with living in a trailer, you know, but still. You know, like Bridgette, she's so dependent on Michael, and Michael made it that way on purpose, you know. Like Bridgette had a YouTube channel, but she hasn't uploaded on it in months, and probably because of Michael, you know. Because Michael probably didn't want her to have a way to make money, you know. He wants her to be reliant on him so she never leaves him. Like, this is typical behavior in abusive situations. This is an abusive situation. And grooming situations always turn into abuse situations. Let's be honest here. Like, you get groomed, it most likely ends up becoming abusive too. Like, you know, and it's not really that crazy to think about. Like, we know Michael has anger issues. We've seen that in videos, and people are gonna want to say it's fake. Okay, but Michael has told stories of, like, AGP destroying stuff when Michael was a kid. You know, way before they even did YouTube. So, like, is the anger really fake if AGP's always been, you know, angry and always been destroying stuff since Michael and his siblings were kids? I don't know. Maybe, like I said, I believe it, like, became exaggerated over the years, but I believe the anger is always real. And I believe Michael has that anger too. Because every time you see him angry in the video, like, that seems like genuine anger. You know what I mean? At least in my opinion. I don't know, but it's just sad, like, Bridgette is a victim. And I feel bad for these kids because, you know, this relationship their parents have, this is not a relationship that they want, you know, that they should want when they're older. But they're going to think it's good, you know. Obviously, like, when it comes to your parents, you're going to think the relationship is normal because that's how you grew up, right? Even if it's not normal, you know. And this time, because Mia, she's going to look for a guy like her dad and end up in the same situation like Bridgette. And Mikey, he's going to become like Michael, and he's going to get his own Bridgette. And it's just sad. Those kids deserve better. They deserve better, you know, environment to grow up in. They deserve better role models and they deserve to see good relationships, you know. Just pissing me off, especially Bridgette's mother, you know, like, she failed her daughter. I'm sorry to say that, but she did. She let her daughter in a grooming situation, and it's just sad, you know. I don't know. But I want to get into the police report that this guy named Ozzy Cobb, I'll post it here, the name, is a channel. He posted a full police report and the full 911 call if you want to check it out. So the narrative. In April 3rd, 2005, at approximately 22:36 hours, PFC Wilson responded to Harvest Way, which is located within the town of Somerville, Dorchester County, SC, in reference to a physical domestic. While en route, the victim, later identified as Bridgette West, left the residence and was walking down the street towards Central Ave, with the male following her, which we actually heard in a 911 call. Right. Upon arrival, I met with Bridgette. She stated that the male, later identified as Michael Green, via SCDMV online, struck her several times in the face. I observed some redness to the left side of her face. She stated she was uninjured and denied EMS. Other officers located Green at the residence and he was detained. Green told officers that Bridgette told him about an affair she was having, and he slapped her approximately 2 times. Bridgette and Green are married with 2 children in common. It should be noted that the children, Mia and Michael Green, did not witness the perceive the event. Green was arrested for DV 3rd and was transferred to DC, where he was booked and logged. Victims form complete. Incident recorded on BWC. So I'm glad that the kids weren't there and that happened, but it literally says in the damn police report that Michael hit Bridgette. He literally admitted to it. And, like, there's people in comments of the video, like the Ozzy Cobb video, saying, like, especially as one person saying she, like, pretty much deserved it because she was cheated. Like, number one, no, abuse is never a solution. It should never be accepted. It doesn't matter what the person is. It doesn't matter if Bridgette cheated or not. You know what I mean? Abuse is never okay. Hitting someone is never okay. You know what you do if someone cheats on you? You break up and you move on. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that fucking hard. I don't know why people feel the need to have to use violence to get their way. You know? Like, I don't care. You know, people like to justify. I always see it a lot when, like, you know, someone cheats and then the person hits them. Then they get the other people justify, well, she cheated or he cheated. It doesn't matter if someone cheats. You don't hit someone. Like, why is that so hard for people to understand that? Like, did your parents ever teach you not to put hands on people? But, it's just stupid, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. it's sad. The whole situation to me is sad because Bridgette is a victim and like she has no support system to help her out. You know, it's, I don't know, but I want to know what you guys think in the comments, and we're going to finish reading the police report though. The next part is, this is actually from like the officer. Upon my arrival, I was directed to the residence to attempt to locate the male. I made contact with Michael Green at the front door. Michael was yelling upset and demanding we arrest him. PFC. PFC steward complied with his request and placed him into handcuffs to the rear. I then spoke with Michael in the rear of the PFC, why can't I read, steward's patrol vehicle. He read his Miranda, to which he said he understood, and then he told law enforcement he thought he hit his wife, but he blocked down. When I asked further questions, he stated he slapped his wife twice and then walked inside. Michael stated that there was no other violence, and soon as he realized what he did, he attempted to walk outside and fix things, but the victim was already in contact with law enforcement. But yet nothing happened, right? He never hit Bridgette, and there's a police report that literally stated that Michael literally said he hit Bridgette. Like, how? I don't understand how people could believe nothing happened, you know, just because Bridgette said that. That's classic DV victim behavior, you know. They protect their abusers because, you know what? Especially in Bridgette's case, she's been with Michael for 17 years. Michael is the only thing she knows, unfortunately, and it's sad. You know, he's the only man she knows, and like, could think about it. How can she live on her own? She's never really lived on her own before because they started dating she was a teenager, right? She's never had a chance to like be independent or be on her own. So she's obviously not gonna know how to be on her own, and it's sad. And it's like disgusting no one stepped in to help her, save her. You know, everyone in Michael's life, not even friends, but like family, they're all responsible for this mess too. Because they didn't do anything to stop it. And I'm saying now, you know, Michael's parents, siblings, you know, Bridgette's parents, all responsible for this mess. You know? And again, I want you guys to think like I'm trying to hate on AGP or anything, but come on. I really like to sit here and act like it's okay that no one, you know, everyone is sad while a 21-year-old Michael dated a 15-year-old Bridgette and no one batted an eyelash. It's just disgusting behavior and it should not be tolerated. It doesn't matter who the person is, how famous they are, how much of a following they may have. It should not be tolerated, period. It also got me thinking, because I was watching one of Charlie's videos yesterday, Charlie Chill, as you know, Michael's brother. I know there's a lot of issues with him, but I don't know, I'm starting to believe that maybe it's not all as it seems. Because Charlie posted a video, well, I think it was kind of from a stream, it seemed like, that he just posted a clip. Like, it was a 46 or something minute video on his YouTube channel. His YouTube channel, I'll write it down here, it's like travel something. Like I said, I'll write it right here, so you guys can look it up if you're interested. Just posted a couple days ago. He's talking about how, like, about the situation that happened in 2017 when he, like, destroyed a pool house, which you guys, like I said, go watch it, because that's very interesting. And he's pretty much he didn't say in all so many words, he didn't actually come out and say, but he pretty much implied the, like, because if you guys remember, let me back up a little bit so you guys can understand. So if you remember back in 2017 when Charlie was kicked out the family, he, like, destroyed a pool house and, like, hit Bridgette and all that. Well, Charlie was saying in his video that, like, that when Clyde, not outright said it, that pretty much Michael hit Bridgette and blamed down Charlie, which, I don't know. I feel like that's not that crazy considering what just happened with Michael, of him being arrested for abuse on Bridgette. Like, let's be real, this is not the first time, this is not going to be the last time, unfortunately. I just hope a lot of times, you know, those abuse situations end up with the victim dying. You know, I just hope that doesn't happen in Bridgette's case. You know, because I do believe Michael does have serious anger issues. Like, we've seen in videos. I know people will say it's fake, but come on. Especially now knowing what we know, knowing what Michael did a few months ago, can you really sit here and say it's fake? I don't know. But that's what just started me thinking. And he's talking about all this stuff about that. And I can do a whole video if you want me to talk about that. Because say like how Michael put Jenny and Kim up to line about the SA accusations. If you don't know, basically Jenny and Kim both said that Charlie SA'd them when they were kids. And Charlie said Michael put him up to lying about that, had him lie. And that Jenny admitted to Charlie that, you know, that she lied about it, that Michael made her lie, whatever. I mean, it's not that far-fetched. And another thing that kind of making me think now, because to watching the video, I kind of started thinking, And also too, the stuff like he supposedly did to Jenny's boys. I don't know. Cause I rewatched that video earlier today, and I was watching like when each of the boys, Jacob, Johnny, and JC, were each kind of telling, you know, what Charlie supposedly did to them. It just seems off to me. I don't know, maybe not. But if you want me to do a whole breakdown video of talking about that, let me know. I kind of screenshotted the boys, each of the boys telling what happened, what Charlie did to them. I don't know, it just almost seems bad. I mean, I don't put it past Michael to lie or have Jenny and Kim lie about that. Because a lot of this stuff about that doesn't add up to me. You know, like, back in 2017 when AGP was still alive, Jenny moved in and was helping AGP. And during that time too, Charlie also lived there. So it makes you wonder, if Charlie really did SA her, why would she live in the same house with her abuser? And why would she want her boys living in the same house with her abuser? Like, that just doesn't make sense. I know people will be like, oh, you know, like, I'm not trying to say, you know what I mean? Like, I would never try to, you know, what's the word? Invalidate? No. What's the word? Invalidate? I feel like, I don't know, that sounds wrong. You know, I would never, like, I don't know how to say it. Like, I would always want to believe the victim. I'm always that type of person, always want to believe the victim unless proven otherwise. You know what I mean? Like, I never want to make a victim feel bad or, like, say that they're lying about their abuse. I feel like that's a terrible thing to say. I'm just saying my concerns. That's what I'm not trying to necessarily say they're lying, but I'm just trying to say my concerns. You know? But yeah, and that, like, having a boy. And then a couple years ago, freaking her oldest, JC, moved in with Charlie. You know, right when he was going through his issues, having his issues and stuff, at the, like, getting arrested and all that. So, like, number one, why would Jenny want her son to live with her abuser? And number one, why would JC want to go live with someone who was, you know, supposedly, what JC said in the video, beat him, or whatever, or, like, threatened to beat him if he didn't smoke, and, like, essayed his mother. Like, why would JC want to? Because at the time, JC was an adult, but, you know what I mean? Just little things like that doesn't add up to me. If you want to make again, if you want me to make a whole video of, like, really diving more deep into it, and really talking about it more, let me know in the comments, but, I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't put anything past Michael, to be honest. And I just think it's important to keep an open mind about things. Because at the end of the day, we obviously don't know the truth, and I'm not trying to be out here accusing Michael of making up, you know, lies, especially about SA, because I know that's a very serious thing. It's just all my opinion, that's all. I just want you guys to realize it's just my opinion. I'm not saying anything as a fact. But anyways, I wanted this video to be about that. So, this is probably the last video on the whole domestic violence situation I'll be making, unless anything else more happens. But again, if you want me to talk about the whole Charlie situation, my thoughts on that, let me know in the comments. But I love you guys so much. Please let me know what you guys think in the comments. I feel so terrible for Bridgette. I hope she can get out of this situation, especially for her kids' sake, because the kids deserve better. But I love you guys so much. Please follow me on my socials. Follow everyone in my description, guys. Please subscribe to me. Please like. And please comment. And I will see you randomers in the next video. Peace.